Hello, my friends, hello, and welcome once again to Stately Vaughan Manor, where Roger and I have returned. And today, we've just got a little video today because we don't have a ton of time this morning. And that is the problem, Roger. Time. Time is our problem. Now, you would think by looking at my clock that time just stands still over here, but not really. Time just keeps moving on. No matter what you do, it just keeps moving. It's really annoying. And one of my issues, one of my problems that I've had here is that I do not have enough time to read. I want to read more than I do. And when you want to read more, well, you need either more time to read or you need to read faster. The whole reading faster thing hasn't really worked out for me. I'm not too good at that whole reading faster thing. And when I've tried, hasn't really worked out. I pretty much got a reading speed that I'm stuck at, really. So there's that. So really, if you want to read more, you need more time to read. And this has been a problem. This time has proven to be elusive. So going into this year, I've got this thing I'm doing where I have to read 500 books before I'll buy in 500 books that I own before I'll buy any new ones. And for the first 100 books, I didn't get through them as quickly as I would have liked, right? And so I have to really work hard, I think, to get through the next 400 books. Almost 400 books now. And so I need to prioritize reading. Now, that is one of the things you need to do. And so there have been a couple things that I've tried. First of all, I am on BookTube, and in the BookTube community, many booktubers have made videos about how to read more. Many booktubers, Roger, a lot of booktubers have made videos on how to read more, how to get more reading done. And of course, I've watched them because this is the problem of which I am discussing. And none of them really have proven to be terribly helpful. Now, one thing that they have suggested in just about all of these videos, one thing is prioritize reading. Okay, I prioritized reading. I don't watch movies. I watch a little bit of TV here and there, but not too much, really. I'm not one of those people that comes home and just watches TV. That almost never happens. That actually never happens. Uh, and what I do watch, though, is BookTube. Now, this is one thing I spend a lot of time doing, is watching BookTube. But that's part of my hobby. See, I've got this annoying hobby that I do. It's ridiculous. I make videos and I put them on YouTube. I know it sounds crazy, but this is this thing I do. I spend a lot of time making videos. They're not very good videos. I don't really prepare for them at all. I tend to just, get in front of the camera and turn it on. It's not even a camera, it's my phone. I tend to sit in front of my phone and turn it on and just talk to my phone. It sounds dumb, but it's this thing that I do. And it's fun, it's fun. And it does take up a lot of time. If I didn't make so many videos, I probably would have more time to read. Even though really, like I said, it's not like I really prepare for these videos, the terrible videos that I make. But if I didn't do that, I'd probably have more time. Anyway, when I've watched videos from other booktubers, they have said one thing you need to do is prioritize reading. You need to prioritize. Okay. I do have other things I do. And my hobby, making videos and watching videos from my fellow booktubers, which I would like to do more of actually, but there's no time. I would like to do more of that because I end up missing a lot of videos from people that I really, really like. What do you do? And that's one thing. Prioritize reading. But reading is basically, other than this dumb hobby I have, that's a priority. Like I said, I don't watch movies. I don't do crossword puzzles. I don't know why anyone does crossword puzzles, but people do. And I don't, you know, watch television. I have like Netflix and all this other stuff, Disney Plus. It's all crap on there anyway, huh? And I don't watch them. So reading is a priority. That's the thing that I do. And the other thing that they've said inevitably in these videos is, okay, you have to make time for reading. You have to make time, which is proven to be difficult because Roger has a time machine, and even that doesn't really help because we've tried to use the time machine, and all we do is we end up changing history in ridiculous ways. Remember that one time when we went back in time and we came back and Trump was president? I mean, crazy things happen when you use a time machine. One wrong move and things are nuts. And, so the time machine didn't work. So how do you make time? It's a difficult thing to manufacture. Fortunately, I do have a sorcerer, but he's not very good as far as making... I'm sorry, Roger, but it's true. He's been working on this problem for months. How do you make time? And he hasn't been able to do it. He hasn't been able to make any of it. He's caused problems in the space-time continuum, but no time. He hasn't been able to make a little bit. So, there's that. Here's the thing. Now, I'm assuming a lot of the booktubers, when they talk about making time, they're not talking about actual sorcery and making time using the Necronomicon or anything else. They're actually talking about organizing your time in such a way that you have space for reading. Now, I have done this a little bit. I do get up really early in the morning. What time is it now? Oh, it's late. It's 4:23. I'm late. But, this is also the time when I make videos. See, it's my dumb hobby again. But yeah, you have to create a space where you read, right? And I do that a little bit. I have organized my time to the point where I do have some time in the morning for reading. I don't often have time in the evening for reading. There are other people around here and they like to talk to you. People like to talk to you and they think you should spend time with them. I don't know. It's the way people are. Can you imagine if we had children? What a nightmare here. No children. Thank goodness. I don't know how people who have children ever read anything. But still, there are people around we need to talk to, spend time with and things like that. When really we should just be reading books. I don't know. But yeah, there's the whole prioritizing, making time for reading. And here's the thing, every time you do anything, and this is the terrible thing about life, this is wretched. Every time you do something, there's something else you want to do that you're not doing. I want to do this, but that means I can't do this because I only have time for this. It's difficult, which is why I, don't watch television hardly ever. It's why I haven't gone to a movie in forever. It's why I don't watch movies on television that much. Another thing is that movies tend to suck now. Have you noticed? Is it just me? Most movies suck. I can't remember the time. Well, that's not true. I want to see that new Planet of the Apes movie. That looks good. But most movies that have come out, even if they seem like movies that I'd really like to see, really, I can't remember the last superhero movie I wanted to see. I mean, movies have gotten kind of safe. And anyway, they're just... Is it just me or are most movies lame at the moment? Anyway, that's a whole nother issue. But really, it's because if I do have spare time, I'm using it to read. I'm using it to read. And, you have to choose, because there's only so much space. Now, I sound like I'm really complaining. I shouldn't complain, because one thing is true, is that I'm really never bored. I'm never bored I can't remember the last time I was really bored. It was probably at the DMV. Yeah, but it's been a while since I've had to go there. And one nice thing about being a reader is we tend to carry around stuff to read, you know. I always have like a little Kindle or paperback book or something with me at all times. So if I do find any space during the day that just sort of pops up, I watch YouTube videos. No, I shouldn't watch. I read. I don't watch. I do. I watch YouTube videos sometimes, or I'll read. See, this is the everlasting challenge. You know, you've got a little bit of space. Do you watch Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, or do you read your book? It's a difficult question. Greg would say watch him, and that's probably the right answer. But also, I could read. You know, the difficulties in life, such suffering. It's really not much of an issue, really, if you think about it. I mean, the one thing I've always said, my one real goal is to read every day. Just as long as I read every day, I think I'm doing it right. Whether it's for 20 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, if it's more than 2 hours, it's going to be on a weekend. Here's another thing about weekends. You know, there's all this other stuff that you need to do, you know? Because things accumulate. During the week, man, you're busy. You finally get to the weekend. Oh man, I'm going to read like 4 books. And then there's like, oh no, I also have to do this, and I have to go there, and I have to go shopping, and I have to, you know, even with the vast staff here at the manor. I mean, I used to have a really vast staff, and then Roger ate them. It's hard to get people to work for you when you have a mummy who eats people. It makes it difficult to keep people around, which means I end up having to do a lot of the work I shouldn't be doing on weekends. You know, it's difficult. I have no answers to this question of how to get more time to read. I just haven't figured it out. You know? I haven't figured it out. Maybe I will stumble across the one YouTube video that will really help me, but at this point, I don't think so. At this point, I don't know. I don't know. I have no answers. Okay, I'll shut up now. I will catch you next time.